Let's welcome to the other session of Unit 3, that is interference. Today we discuss about the topic is real-time co-channel interference measurement. Right. Here in this real-time co-channel interference measurement, nothing but once we have to fix a base station in a center cell with respect to co-channels in the first type, we have to fix base station. All base stations are working the same frequency. So once we have to transmit a signal from base station to mobile station. At the time of transmission, we have to go for modulation. Take the modulation twice with respect to different frequencies, right? At that time, we have to calculate C by ratio, C by I ratio. That is, suppose we have to assume that the transmitted signal is even. The transmitted signal is even, which is equal to S of t multiplied with sine of omega t plus phi 1. This is the original transmitted signal from one point to another. Now we have to receive now we have to go for the due to interference coming. The interference signal is E2, which is equal to I of t into sine of omega t plus phi 2. See, this is the difference. Original received signal and second one is interference signal. The original signal is E1, which is equal to S of t sine of omega t plus phi 1 U2, which is equal to I sine of omega t plus phi 2. Right. Now what is the received signal? It is combined with both original signal plus interference. That's why the original received signal E of t, which is equal to E1 of t plus E2 of t. What is meant here? E of t, then E of t, which is equal to S of t into sine of omega t plus phi 1 plus I of t into sine of omega t plus phi 2, which is equal to, we have to assume that R of sine of omega t plus psi. Where what is meant by R here? Just for simplification only, just we have to see the E1 of t plus E2 of t. Then R, which is equal to, as a simple formula, just we have to go for simple. Root of S of t cos phi 1 plus I of t cos phi 2. Based upon this, sin A plus sin formulas. That is S of t cos phi 1 plus I 2 square plus S of t sin phi plus I of t sin phi 2 whole square. This is where R. What is phi? Tan inverse of S of t sin phi 1 plus I of t sin phi 2 divided by S of t cos phi 1 plus I of t cos phi 2. You know what is the modulus formula R? What is the phi? That is R, which is we have to assume that A plus B R equal to A plus then psi equal to 9 plus psi A. You know the formulas. And based upon this condition, right? Suppose to simplify the R value, that is what to take the neglected root value. And then you have to go for R square, simplify this by R square. Then automatically in previous equation you have to expand this term A plus B whole square. Then automatically what is it? R is equal to S square of t cos square phi 1 plus I square t cos square phi 2 plus 2 st it cos phi 1 cos phi 2, similarly like this. Finally, that is getting R, which is equal to S square of t plus I square of t plus 2 st it cos phi 1 plus phi 2. Right. Here from this equation, based upon the scientist name Kojono and Sakamoto's analysis, the above term shows S square of t plus I square of t is nothing but original signal plus which is relates to fading. What is the fading? The fading is nothing but sudden fluctuations in amplitude, frequency, and phase. Right here, which is equal to, suppose that assume that the velocity depends upon velocity v divided by lambda done. And the 2STIT cos phi 1 minus phi 2, which is also another fading, which can fluctuate the based on frequency. Based upon frequency. Suppose we had assumed that. So we have to s square of t plus I square of t, which is equal to STIT cos phi 1 minus phi 2, which is equal to y. Then r square equal to how much? X plus y. X plus y. Therefore, only for simplification only we have to assume. We have to takes place. R square is equal to x plus y. X plus y. Suppose for simplification, but what is the use of mean standard deviation? What is the mean? What is the use of mean, standard deviation, and random variables, and variance? These are topics I think you are studying probability and in mathematics. But what is the use of variance, standard deviation, random variables, which is you how where when you have to use in communication? In communication, the mean, variance, standard deviations are used at the time of calculation of noise. Calculation of noise. Calculation of noise we are using. Right. Here I'll assume that I of t phi 1 and phi 2 in the previous equation. Here in this previous equation, x and y. Here in x and y terms, what are the main terms we are getting in x and y? St, it, cos, phi 1, phi 2. Suppose assume that random variables are dependent, not dependent, not dependent. Here, how to calculate average? How to calculate average? That is mean of x, mean of y. How to calculate mean of x and mean of y? By showing simply bar. By showing simply bar. That is expectation. The expectation of x, which is expectation of x, which is equal to x bar. Like this, what is made by r square is equal to x plus y. Here, what is meant x? S square of t plus I square of t. Right. Here already a square terms is there in s square of t, I square t. There is no need for squaring the total term because of standard deviation and variance concepts. Right. We have to calculate in a signal whether the noise is present or not. Go for squaring and averaging. Here already squaring terms is there. There is no need to again squaring. Then directly x bar, that is average of x bar, is equal to s square of t bar plus I square of t bar. I square of t bar. Then similarly, the second one is y. Right. Here in previous equation, you see this y equal to s of t, I of t cos phi 1 minus phi 2. Is there a square term? Is there in this equation? No. At that time, to calculate noise for this signal, go for squaring. That's squaring and averaging. That's why go for squaring. Square y square of bar. The bar nothing but averaging, which is equal to 4s square of t bar I square of d bar cos square of phi 1 minus phi 2, just we have to assume 1 by 2. Then which is equal to 2s square of t bar I square of t bar. This is simplification of x and y. Now I have to calculate signal to noise ratio. Signal to interference ratio. The signal to interference ratio, nothing but carrier to interference, which is equal to here from this what is I of t, nothing but interference. S square of t bar divided by I square of t bar. Simplification, which is equal to k plus root of k square minus 1 x bar x square bar y square bar minus 1. Just substitute here. Automatically getting these equations. Right. Once you have to separate x and y and calculate signal to interference ratio or carrier to interference ratio. Right. Suppose how to calculate this computer in computer programming. In computer programming, we have to write a MATLAB code. Same thing, whatever equations we are getting previous one. Here for this purpose, using envelope detector, Analog to digital converter we have to use, and microcomputer. On computer we have to use for this calculation of C by I. Some microcomputer is nothing but your mobile microcomputer. And suppose the signal is coming in analog form, suppose digital form. It converts from analog to digital form, right? Suppose the signal by the direct path, we have to note down that 10 milliseconds. The signal is transmitted from base station to mobile station. It is 10 milliseconds. But it takes more than 10 milliseconds. Automatic interference is added. Noise is added to the original signal with delay delta t. That's why the original S of t is equal to S of t plus delta t. Original is S of t. First we have to add delay, which is equal to S of t plus delta t. I of t, which is equal to I of t plus delta t. And cos of phi 1 of t minus cos phi 2. Cos of phi 1 of cos t plus delta t minus cos phi 2 of t plus delta t is equal to 0. Right. Here, is there any drawback for this technique? The drawback is there. Why? Because we have to take, we don't know interference. Based upon this derivation part, we have to consider some interference level. We know we have to calculate signal level, but how to calculate interference, it is difficult in practice. Right. Nothing but here, what are the steps we have to take here? Today's class. Here in real-time coherent interference, we have to take how many two signals? We have to take two signals. The first signal is original signal. Second one is interference signal. And third one is received signal, which is equal to original signal plus interference signal. To simplify the interference, to simplify the received signal, go for some derivation. With one derivation, finally we are getting x and y values. This one x and y value, the signal to interference ratio, which is equal to s square of t bar divided by s square of t bar, right? Is there any delay time occurs? We have to add some delay. Nothing but in the equation 1, suppose instead of sin omega t plus delta t in this place for delay occurs. Suppose delay occurs, right? This is about how to calculate real-time coherent interference. Thank you for today's class. Do you have any query? Type your query in chat box.